We need more creator build teams. Alright, chat, we gotta tell Blaze that we need more videos, you know?
As you wish, my liege. MrPokke, I've got a bone to pick with you, but at the same time, I'm a vegan. I ain't got no beef with him. MrPokke or MrPokke, if it's not Pokey, feel free to correct me, was a unit that wasn't included in the CBT and just seemed to come out of nowhere, with over 100,000 people picking him up on YouTube and roughly 80,000 picking him up on Twitch. He's a creator with a passion for fitness, gaming, and VTubers. I just wanted to make sure you heard that last part. VTubers. MrPokke is a VTuber enjoyer. Per routine, let's look at the account itself before getting into builds and teams. His content revolves around guides and gameplay strategies, but he dabbles in gameplay as well as other stream moments. His channel theme is pretty dark, which is something I resonate with well, so I enjoy it. However, his icons are a girl? Mrs. Pokke, you have some explaining to do. Good lord, you're lucky she's got a mole under the eye, because those are mad attractive, so I'm giving you a pass. Overall design, 8 out of 10 again. -2 points for no Gilgamesh or Artoria anywhere. Now let's get into builds, because MrPokke is a unit you actually don't have to put much effort into, at least on the literal building part, seeing as MrPokke is a unique type of unit that actually builds himself. Instead of worrying about a best 1 to 4 with a loud off-feast or best set, you need to be more worried about making up for his drawbacks, the primary one being the way he speaks. See, MrPokke has an accent that sometimes makes him hard to understand, and combine that with the rapid speed he talks at and you've got a recipe for disaster. You want to build relics such as weighted gear that'll force him to slow down, and you want to feed him consumables such as lavender tea to relax and slow down a lot more. Another one of his major weaknesses is his sensitivity, especially regarding his chicken noodle legs.
Show them. Show them, you fuck. Show your legs.
No, pervert. Not for free, at least. And to work around that potential sensitivity debuff, his team composition will likely help out with that. Now let it be known, MrPokke works on many team comps involving VTubers as the head, simply for the fact that most of the time they share a Coomer buff, as well as MrPokke's passive simp buff activating. However, you also have to note that despite the fact MrPokke works on those teams do not always work with MrPokke. The simp passive is unable to activate if MrPokke is the team leader, as his leader skill not only cancels out the buff but applies a stun lock debuff as well. For that reason, it's probably actually smart to avoid VTubers in this team comp entirely if you're playing for meta or zero cycles. But there is a singular VTuber who actually overrides that potential debuff entirely, that being my Ruby, who synergizes very well with this team. When you're playing MrPokke's best in slot composition, which is the drama comp, you need to understand that Ruby, due to how likable, sweet, chill, and kind she is, serves as a glue man for this team. She already synergizes very well with Pokke as a standalone, but when bringing in other characters who follow the drama path, there's bound to be conflict, disagreements, and infighting, regardless of whether it's friendly or not. Ruby's place as the main support on this team is to sustain the team and sustain the chemistry. So with the drama comp being Pokke's strongest team, you'd want to fill in your last slots with people like Tectone or other drama tubers. Tectone works on MrPokke's team very well as a dual DPS/tank. You see, Pokke and Tectone aren't too different in the sense that they're both drama addicts, and because of that, these two activate the instigator boost as well as the helping hand boost. You raid me, I raid you. You critique me, I critique you. Your community is mine and mine is yours. Tectone and Pokke are a well-oiled machine when it comes to helping each other out, and his AoE taunt can also prove to be an effective skill on a lot of teams. The final member of MrPokke's team would likely be... Wait, am I reading this right? It's... Chat. It's you. All along, it's been you. The one who was previously believed to be the keeper of the gate was actually the key to opening it. MrPokke's team needs... you. Or Pokke's boy space friend Box 2, sheesh. He works well for a very balanced reason between why Ruby works and why Tectone works. Box 2 takes a fraction of Ruby's ability to get along with Pokke as well as a fraction of Tectone's drama tuber power, and thus serves as a jack of all trades, good at all, master of none type of unit on this team. Now I unironically have no idea what the connection between Box 2 and MrPokke is, but what I do know is that those two get along very well. And just like any meta team, it all comes down to synergy. Despite Pokke being the leader, his best in slots are able to sustain the team even if he goes down, which is what makes the drama comp plus Ruby such a force to be reckoned with. In the end, MrPokke is a good unit to pick up for players, especially if you're willing to put in the time and research into grinding for gear that works to counter his drawbacks. I can't in good faith say to not pick up this unit because while he may not be the most versatile, he is very overpowered in his specific comp. I personally won't be picking him up because he still thinks he's a bigger VTuber enjoyer than I am, but I do recommend you give him a shot. Also, disclaimer for people who can't understand that everything I say on this channel is sarcasm. No, I don't actually have any issue with this dude, I'm trolling. His socials will be linked in the description down below, so go show him some love. Who needs a guide made on them next, or is this where we stop before this series gets out of hand and I dig myself into a hole too deep? I'm gonna catch y'all boys and girls in the next one, alright? We out this piece. Yup.